Hey, we're from Lift 47. I'm Joe.
And I'm James.
And today we're going to talk about the gear that is covered with your lift deposit.
And that deposit covers housing and meals, class materials, and all the outdoor gear for our excursions. One of the great things about Lyft is that you don't need to have all the gear to go on all of these amazing adventures.
The gear we're going to be talking about today is different from the gear list that you were sent. That is clothing you are required to bring to wear on the excursions. The gear we're talking about is more technical gear, designed for your safety and screened from top name brands by the Lyft staff.
In the fall, we do many different excursions, including canoeing,
Canoeing to Tioga Point. Beautiful.
the best, rock climbing,
Dead water, right up in the high peaks. Beautiful face. I love that day.
caving,
Eagle Cave was probably my favorite excursion of the fall.
and last but not least, my favorite, hiking.
Mount Mansfield was awesome. Let's show them what we got.
Let's do it. Firstly, we have our trekking poles. These are amazing for extra stabilization on the go.
We have our beautiful Gregory 45-liter day packs as well. Plenty of room for clothing, food, med kit, and other accessories needed on the trail. First up for backpacking, we have, as you can see, a much larger pack. Over multiple days, you need a lot more clothes, a lot more food, and a lot more gear. This pack fits it all. It's 75 plus 10 liters from Osprey.
For our second item, we have a variety of outdoor research stuff sacks and dry sacks. It is always essential to keep your items and your gear dry and separated while on the trail.
Next up, we have our sleeping bag. This one's a 0-degree Sierra bag, down. Very important, again, to keep dry on the trail, but this bag will keep you warm in any temperature down to 0 degrees Fahrenheit.
Next up, we have our camp kitchen cooking supplies. We have our spoon, our drum.
No, it's for eating, James.
Oh, my bad. The bowl. And then we also have our handy dandy Camp Moore mug.
Next up, we have our Thermarest sleeping pad. This amazing Thermarest has kept me comfortable on so many nights of the trail. No, it cannot talk. It's still me talking behind it, but it still does an outstanding job keeping you off of rocks, sticks, comfy on a lean-to floor, just like you're on your mattress at home.
Next up, we have our Osprey Rainfly. These are perfect for when it's a nice rainy day on the trail. Those are personally my favorite, and it keeps all of your gear dry.
Lastly, we have this handy hat. I'm just kidding. I'm a 46er. I know how to use a bear can, I promise. But no, it is a bear can. Awesome for keeping your food safe on the trail. Lots of pests in the Adirondacks that be getting into your food. Although a mouse did get into my bear can on the Colden trip, that was user error. It was not the bear can's fault. Wonderful piece of equipment. Absolutely necessary on every Adirondack backpacking trip.
Winter is my favorite season of the whole entire year, and I'm especially excited for it up in the Adirondacks, where, as you can see outside, we get tons of snow.
It's beautiful. Snow is awesome. I love tackling my friends in the snow. I love snowball fights, ice skating, Nordic skiing, snowmobiling, winter hiking. The beautiful just stillness of the snow in winter. You feel like everything's quiet. You honestly can't miss. It's all amazing. Traction is one of the most important things in the winter, and it's one of the biggest factors that separates winter hiking from summer hiking. Depending on the level of snow and ice you experience on the trails, different modes of traction are necessary. For light snow and or lots of snow, snowshoes are the best. They spread out your surface area, make you stay on top of the snow more, and these metal grips on the bottom give you much better traction when going across snow, and especially up mountains. These snowshoes, specifically from MSR, are designed to hike uphill, and they are awesome. We take them on every hike.
Next up, we have our micro spikes. These are perfect when you have a little bit of ice on the trail and traction is tough. They slip right over any size boot. We have plenty of sizes, so don't worry about that. And these are must-have.
And look at that packing size. Beautiful. Lastly, And the most technical, we have the crampons. These are only to be used in 4 to 6 plus inches of ice and generally are only used in the alpine zone. We use these for our mountaineering excursions and when we tackle some of those bigger mountains later in the winter. Look at those claws, James.
Oh, yikes. All of the fall equipment that we use for backpacking can also be utilized for the winter excursions. I'm personally very excited to get out into the snow, try out the snowshoes, the crampons, and really explore the Lord's wilderness.
Oh, 100%. That fall backpacking trip, awesome. I cannot wait for the winter one next month. And we have our lesson coming up on building Quincy's. I'm so excited to learn how to build one, get to actually sleep in one on the winter camping trip. It's going to be so cool.
There's nothing better than going on a long trek through the woods in the Adirondacks, and the LOD starts to open up about their spiritual emphasis for the trip. You get those deep conversations, and you really just get to grow and learn about one another.
Some of my best conversations have been on the trail and lift for sure. It's just hours with nothing to do but talk. It's beautiful. I heard the girls actually went and sunbathed on the ice this winter.
Sounds like we need to step it up and go through
Yep, you're thinking what I'm thinking. We got to go in.
polar plunge. We're so excited for all of you watching this video to experience what we've been able to experience this year in God's creation.
Lift is a year you will not regret spending your time on, and a year spent actively pursuing the Lord is never a year wasted.
If you have any questions about personal gear and personal equipment, there will be another video linked below, and make sure to check it out. It's a good one. For our last piece of gear,
But where did you get that?
I thought we were going on this polar plunge.
Maybe you are. I'm plunging into my bed.
Well, you enjoy that.
You enjoy the freezing cold water.